Ever Show. I'm Dana Dubois.
I'm Lawrence Winterman.
Hello, best friend.
Hello, best friend.
How
I
are
have a
you?
very loving kitty on my lap this morning. She's being
Sweet.
remarkably adoring for some reason. I think because she wants to get outside, even though it's like
Oh.
-3 degrees outside.
And thank goodness for that cold weather
I mean,
because,
honestly, the she's been trying to get out. She's run out a couple of times now, and every time she like gets 2 feet out the door and stops, and then looks back at me like,
Mhm.
"Fat man, what have you done?"
Is that what
You
she
know,
calls
she's
you?
like,
What have you done, you horrible bastard?
Oh my God. You need to invent like a certain setting on your little toy there that is
that's Ripley's
Ripley.
voice.
Yeah, that's just Ripley. That's all that you use it for.
Yeah.
That one could be it. I mean, your first instinct was a good one. Um, I don't know what Kira's voice would sound like, but she's looking at me and I don't have her usual TREATS. I think
Uh-oh.
I'm out, so I don't know what this might hold. I'm wet-headed this morning and
Check it
was
and
just,
see. You've
what's
got a
that?
fever of 103.
Oh my God. You know, that's one of my favorite karaoke songs of
I
late,
I
Hot
know it
Blooded.
is.
Like recently, I've just really had a resurgence in that one because Um, it's so ridiculously like gross, but also really fun to sing. And the lyric, you don't have to read my mind to know what I have in mind. That's not clever songwriting. Like
Right.
find an actual rhyme, not repeating the same word. But it's still such a great song to sing. Speaking of karaoke, you can probably hear I'm a little hoarse. I'm laughing at
A
myself
pony. Are you a
like I
pony?
am a pony. I have I'm once again giving my dog nature gnaws, but they're the wrong kind. She can chew these in like 2 minutes, so we'll see how long it keeps her busy. Um, yeah, Lawrence, I leave for Los Angeles tonight for the weekend. I will still be doing the Daily Whatever show from my secret location. But when you just sort of go for it, I'm like, wow, I instead of packing last night, I went live with Oceana and with Karen Marie Shelton. We had
Ooh,
our first
fun.
yeah, I was live with Oceana a week before, and in passing conversation as we were talking, she was like, "Oh, it's we should have like crone cocktail hour." We were joking about like old women taking over the world, and I was like, "Crone cocktail hour is so good. We have to make that happen." So we had crone cocktail hour last night. And oh my God, I'm just realizing, Karen, I didn't do what you told me to do to cast a spell this morning. But it was a witchy good time. And then right after, I went to sing karaoke with my friend Jennifer at my favorite Chinese food dive bar in Seattle. And yeah, I need to go to work. I have a lunch date. Like, I don't have any time. I haven't packed yet. But that's the way life goes sometimes, Lawrence. It's just I've always been like too joy seeking, like when it comes to things like that, where I'm like, hell yeah, I'll do that. I'm about to go on vacation. Sure, I'll go sing karaoke. So if I'm a little discombobulated this morning, that's just the norm at this point. But it was all joy seeking. And then this morning, I'm waking up and I'm reading the news. I briefly went live with Dr. Eric Lolove. Um, I saw that he was live as I was getting ready, and he started talking about some decisions the Supreme Court has made and how our medical records now have more rights than our rights to our own home. That he was
Wow.
theorizing that, like, people's rights to carry a gun into our home or our private property supersede our rights to our homes now. I haven't dug into the decisions of the Supreme Court this week, but I am a bit just like, okay, good morning.
Yeah, that's
That's
uh
me.
that's not great. What is also not great is
Yeah.
I can't find any record that I emailed Kate Justice the links to the show. So,
Oh, that would explain why she's not here yet. Shall I message her? Let me see here. Direct.
yeah, I
Yeah.
um
You talk
I
about how
DM'd
you're here.
her just now, and when I set up the all of the shows, I'm certain that I sent everybody messages and links, but I guess not
Yeah.
her.
You
I
know
don't
what?
know.
She did not send me an email address. So maybe we are going to be guestless today, Lawrence. I was just lamenting yesterday that we have not had a bestie show. Um, did you send the link?
I sent it to
Did you?
her in direct message, but yeah, if I I don't know how that happened.
You know, I know how that happened. Too many things, too many moving parts. So my apologies. I missed that Kate hadn't sent an email address over. So hopefully she has seen the tags, but she did not. I don't have a response here to the, hey, what's your email address so we can send you the link. So you're going to need to knock that off.
That was a cute squeak, though. That was an interesting noise.
She's full of those. She really is. Here, let me, I'm going to come join the chat because I have not said hi to everyone this morning. Lawrence, why don't you share what's going on with you?
Uh, I I don't want to.
Fair.
I am having a really hard time.
Yeah.
I am not having fun. Um,
But look
Things
how
suck.
smiley you are.
There you go. At the end, that's my story.
If we're having bestie day, it's going to be a very short bestie day.
Yeah, yeah.
Things suck. Hey, I'm going to put you on the spot even more because I need to try to pick this little dog up. And she's gotten very clever that if I just grab her, she knows how to back up. But see these sticks?
Yeah.
They don't keep her busy for very long. Come
Uh,
here, you. Come here. Nope. She's not going to let me pick her up. Okay, you take that. The unfortunate thing is I love this microphone, but it picks up noises from anywhere in the house, so I can't lock her out of the room.
it probably has a setting on it to make it directional,
Ooh,
which you should probably do.
I probably should
I
do
mean, it's
that.
a Yeti, right? So it definitely has a directional setting on the back.
Lawrence, it's the one you told me to buy.
Yeah, so the knob on the back actually selects the orientation of sound pickup, and
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
you
the
could mess with it
pattern.
now, but I don't remember which one does what. I think you want cardioid,
They're
which I
all just
think is like
icons, so I don't know what they stand for.
that one is worse. Whatever that setting is worse.
Oh no, the whole section. Oh wait, it's pattern. Yeah, I don't know what those stand for. They're just little icons.
Right.
Offline, we could do that, or we could do it today, since I don't know that we have a guest joining us today. I think we had our first
We had our
schedule,
first real fuck up, I
our
think.
first fall through the cracks.
Yeah. Sorry. I mean, I was excited to talk to Kate because
Me too.
our friend Ellie Leonard recently published an article about the whole Sasha Riley debacle, right?
Yes,
Which, for
I
those of you
shared
that
that.
don't know, this person named Sasha or Sasha Riley came forward and said that Sasha is a boy and was a boy and has said that Trump and Epstein and like Lindsey Graham and Jim Jordan, like a whole bunch of, bad actors on the Republican side, raped him and like out in the desert, and there were murders and, torture and
All the
yeah,
things
huh?
and all the things.
All the things, like carnage and there's a very vivid piece of it where there's I only know this like second and third hand, but it's something about like a tent pole. I think a tent pole and a condom in Trump's
Uh,
ass. Like
uh-huh.
you know,
Yeah,
um,
it's graphic.
it's really graphic, right? And as a survivor of childhood sexual assault, me, as a little boy, I have,
Yeah.
empathy for anybody who experienced that. And of course, if the story is real, it's not just horrifying, it is massively, massively consequential considering who was involved. But Ellie did this amazing investigation. So Ellie and Aaron Rupar and Zev Shalev and
Hmm.
a bunch of people looked into the story and everyone's first instinct was, "Oh my God, this is horrible." And then as they dug into it, and Ellie did an especially good job of sort of connecting all of the dots and
Yeah.
really outlining how the more she dug into it, the less confident she was that the story was true or that all of it was
Right.
true. And she had no way of determining if any piece of it was true. And so her, um, ultimate conclusion was, this is terrible. And I can't conclusively prove that it's true. And so,
Right.
as a reporter and somebody who, Ellie's always been very, very clear that she's on the side of the victims and anything that could get thrown into the mix. So, this is, my speculation, right? A classic Russian disinformation, misinformation tactic is to create a horrible story, throw
Yeah.
it into the mix, and then when a reporter reports on it, reveal that that story was fiction and basically discredit an entire side or all of the reporting on it. And
Yes.
so Ellie and others were really cautious. And Ellie, again, has this great article where she basically says, like, I can't confirm that any of this is true. And so, out of the interest of protecting, the women who have come forward, I'm showing you all of the math and basically saying I cannot let this, story go forward as something that I can verify is true.
Yeah.
And Jason Odell is making the point I was about to get to, which is this is what ended Dan Rather's career, right? So during
Hmm.
the 2000 or 2004 election, I don't remember which one it was, there was a report that came out saying that George W. Bush had, like missed his service in the Texas National Guard and had, there was something else, maybe a drunk driving charge. I don't remember. But basically, the story got revealed as being untrue and it ended Dan Rather's career. Like it literally ended his
Right.
career. They made a movie about it, you
Which
know?
seems nuts now that
Right.
something.
Right. All of that seems nuts now.
Yeah.
But I personally think Ellie did an amazing, amazing job. I know she is feeling heat and pushback.
Yes.
Um, I, I mean, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but at Blue Ant Media, we got an email from somebody who was like, "How dare you let a person affiliate themselves with you, and say that they're an editor, uh, which we're either not going to respond to, or I'm going to write back and just be like, how dare you? How dare you question our judgment? How dare you question Ellie? We stand by her 9,000,000%. Please kindly go
Right.
fuck off into the sun." Um,
I think you just did.
yeah, I mean,
We can just clip
basically,
this and send it
uh,
back.
Snopes, which I know Snopes has become problematic because I think some right wing person bought Snopes, but Snopes has always been a
No,
really
did they?
reliable
God
source
damn it.
for helping to kind of authenticate or
Yeah.
debunk things. Snopes came out with an article today that basically said, we investigated the Sasha Riley story. We cannot corroborate any part of it. Therefore, we're saying that this is not false because it's unverified, but unverifiable essentially. So
Right.
I just uh, anyway, I was hoping that we could talk to Kate because I'm sure Kate has opinions on this as well.
I know her work is extraordinary. I know she and Ellie are affiliated, and I'm sure she has many thoughts on this one. And regrettably, I don't think we're going to get them. And I'm so sorry, Kate, that I didn't follow up and get your contact info for this. We will reschedule because I've very much been looking forward to today. What I'm remembering, Lawrence, is um, a few months back we had Ellie on the show. We've had her on a couple times, so I can't remember which time it was. But I remember her talking about being a transcriptionist and saying, "You are an investigative journalist." And she was reluctant to pick up the title.
Right,
Of like, people go to school for this. She has done work as a transcriptionist for the New York Times and other publications. And this story only like doubles, triples down on like how important her investigative journalism really is.
right.
This is how journalism works now.
Right. I mean, it's the
Yeah.
theme that we have been coming back to time and
Pounding.
time again, that we
Yeah.
are citizen journalists, that digital media, new media, whatever we're doing on Substack, that this is what journalism looks like in the 21st
Yeah.
century. And as you know, capture happens for more and more traditional mainstream legacy corporate media, whatever you want to call it, voices like ours, voices like Ellie's, voices like Melissa Corrigan, and all of the people.
All
I
of you
I was
guys. Yeah.
right. I was about to like start naming names, and then I was like, that's a slippery slope because there's just too
Yeah.
many. Like Nick and Eric Lulov and like so many people. Everyone who's here, on Substack participating in this kind of revolution in journalism, and you know, we have to support it in whatever way possible. And I think standing up for our
Yeah.
friends when they're being questioned and when we know that they are doing the right thing is a really important way of doing that. And so, you know, let there be no doubt that we are 100% on Ellie's side in her reporting and where she came down on the Sasha Riley story.
Yes. She gives me hope for the legitimacy of journalism here on Substack and other new media platforms. Because if there's one thing that we've talked about that could be missing is, wow, well, journalists, um, some of them are, they're getting paid by these big institutions historically to dig in, to spend months determining sources and, researching and interviewing. True investigative journalism is not cost effective, right? And on Substack, anyone can hang out a shingle. So there's, veracity can be a problem, or which sources are you trusting? But what I'm seeing forming are these individuals and entities who are doing the work. And it's so nice to see. And since we have no topic particularly today, I'm going to give an example that's like giving me so much heart this week. Last week, those of you who are regulars will remember that we had Bree Fram on the show. She is a former colonel now in the military. She was the highest ranking ever trans member of the military, and she was just let go because she's trans. And by executive order, they were all let go. She just announced on Tuesday that she is running for office, and she's running for Congress. And we recognized when we were talking to her last week, like she's got something big coming because she hinted at it pretty heavily, like
Well, it was just the way
big
she
things
was talking,
coming.
right? Like
Yeah.
she had some answers that I was
I'm
like,
so sorry.
that is an amazing answer if you're a politician and you're running for something. And so
Right?
I think
I'm sitting
I
here.
literally said to her, like, when are you running for something? And she laughed and basically said, oh, talk to me in a week or 2 weeks or something like that. And she, yeah, I think the place you're going, Dana, she was on Amped Up yesterday with David Schuster and Cliff Schechter
Yeah,
over on
just
Blue Amp.
connecting the dots and being like, if we see something like this, so or someone like this, someone extraordinary, like how can we elevate it? And there are becoming ways of doing that on Substack. There's this like um wish to really impact change. Like I don't know about you, Lawrence, but it feels like such a sense of hopelessness to me when there's this like, oh my God, this is catastrophic. How can I do anything to make an impact? How do little words make an impact? And I'm now like, oh, because we're all doing it together. And
Yeah,
I think Bree Fram is going to catapult. She's going
I
to be
do
a
too.
household
I,
name.
I
Like,
mean, um, I think that there are people on the left who have bought into the whole identity politics thing and who would be like, oh
yes,
God, not a trans person running for Congress.
clutching my
Right, clutching
pearls.
my pearls. And I would dare anybody to listen to Bree speak and not feel pride and hope for the future of
Yes.
America. And, Cliff and David kind of made the point towards the end of the show with her yesterday that she brings forward the kind of hope in democracy that we used to feel when we watched The West Wing, right? Like,
Yes.
not just that democracy is good, but that it can be a force for good in the world. And that when it is when it is practiced by people with integrity and intelligence, that what you end up with is, this amazing force for liberation around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to feel that way about the United States of America, and listening to Bree yesterday made me feel that again. And
Yes.
I just, I hope that I hope that she catapults into the spotlight in the way that you and I both, I think, are feeling that she could.
Yes. Same. The message of hope is sadly like we're so hungry for it. I was listening at work with my headphones on and I was just like, oh my God, you all aren't hearing this, but like someone remarkable is speaking, someone who should have given up potentially or been like, screw all of you, I'm leaving. I don't want anything to do with this. Is
Right.
the person who is like, of course I'm not giving up. And of course I'm here with a message to fight. Like not what was that line about like not fighting is not an option or
Oh
I'm
God, yeah. She said, Cliff asked her, did you ever feel despair? Did you ever feel like giving up? And she said, I don't remember if she was in the military for 23 years or 27, one of those, but
yeah, I think
she
it's
was like,
23.
in my 23 years of military service, they never taught me how to surrender.
Right.
And I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God, yes. That is what we need to hear. Like, that is the kind of leadership that we need in this country at this moment. Um,
Right.
Especially because our fucking idiot of a president got up in front of the
Oh my
Davos
God.
crowd
Oh
yesterday
my
and
God.
basically sounded like he sounded like the idiot that wrote that letter to the prime minister of Norway that I read in the silly voice, like.
Oh, we should have had you read part of his speech from yesterday.
Right.
We're not
If anyone
prepared.
finds a link to the speech, send it to me and I'll put it on my vocoder and I'll read it. Um, he is, yeah, he is a fucking idiot. And the antidote to that is getting Bree Fram elected to Congress and getting more people like Bree. And when I say like Bree, I don't mean, transgender or military service or, whatever, although all of those things are wonderful. I
Right.
simply mean a person of deep personal integrity and intelligence who wants to
Yes.
serve their country for all the right reasons. Like, if we had a Congress made up of people like that, my God, the
Right.
things we could do, the things we could do.
Yes.
And we just don't. We don't have, I think, a single person in Congress who could hold a candle to Bree.
I can think of like a couple.
I mean, sure,
Jasmine
I can think of
Crockett.
a handful of people, and even they are
Well, they lack her lived experience,
right.
the military experience, the trans experience, all of it. She's a rocket scientist, like worked at the
Right.
Pentagon. So, like
Right. A rocket scientist with
you
heart.
can't,
A rocket scientist who understands the human experience and
right.
vulnerability and what it means to be a person in the world, which so many of these people just don't, like
It,
the woman from, I don't know if it's Health and Human Services. I don't even remember. I don't pay attention anymore. But the whole debacle recently about the wealthy cabinet member who said, oh, you could eat a meal for $3. It's like a tortilla and
oh,
one
right.
chicken nugget and a floret of broccoli.
Yes.
Like,
And like an
A,
M&M, I
that
think.
sounds gross.
uh,
And B, fuck you.
right. Um, Lawrence, we did neurodivergent hodgepodge. Just put the link to the special address,
Oh my God.
the
Okay.
full transcript.
Let's keep talking. I'm gonna scan it and see if there are
Okay.
sections that I can pull out and read in my Trump voice, because that
Yeah,
would
and
be funny.
maybe this is becoming an impromptu good news segment. I was going to get into Julie Roginski's story I started reading this morning and was like having heart palpitations. But while you're looking for that, I'm going to do a little reading too. This is from my Facebook page. I have several friends who live in Minneapolis. One of them is writer Christy Coulter, who used to live in Seattle. Um, Still trying to get her on the show because she's amazing and she's a friend. But she has been posting loads of comments from people in the field in Minneapolis. And I do not know Margaret Killjoy, but these are the slides from Blue Sky that she shared of Margaret's. And I want to read them to you because I read them this morning and they made me happy. And I'm really ready to throttle my dog. And I can't grab her, but apologies, ignore all the yapping.
She sounds like a parrot at this
I know
point.
she sounds like a bird. It's terrible, and I'm going to reinforce it by giving her a treat to make her shush while I'm reading. Because while you're reading, I can mute. Here is what this says. I came to Minneapolis to report on what's going on, and one of the main questions I showed up with is just what is the scale of the resistance? After all, we're all used to the news calling Portland a war zone or whatever when it's just some protests in one part of town. I got in late last night. First thing this morning, I saw cars following an ICE vehicle down the street, honking at it. Later, we didn't drive more than 3 blocks before we found people defending a childcare center. The idea, parenthetical, the idea that people have to defend a childcare facility, let that sink in. Half the street corners around here have people from every walk of life, including Republicans, standing guard to watch for suspicious vehicles, which are reported to a robust and entirely decentralized network that tracks ICE vehicles and mobilizes responders. I have been actively involved in protest movements for 24 years. I have never seen anything approaching this scale. Minneapolis is not accepting what's happening here. ICE fucking murdered a woman for participating in this. And all that did is bring out more people from more walks of life. Hold on, there's more. I have to shift my screen so I can click. It's genuinely a leaderless or leaderful movement, decentralized in a way that the state is absolutely unequipped to handle. There are a few basic skills involved. And so people teach each other those skills, and people are collectively refining them. Before I came, I asked a local friend if the cold, it's going to be -20 or so in the coming days, would stop people from coming out. No, we'll be here. It's ICE who can't handle it. Today, I talked with a 76-year-old who'd been standing in the cold for hours guarding her neighbors. I was getting kind of chilly, even in the new winter gear I bought for this trip, and I live in the goddamn mountains myself. She didn't even have a hat on. Another person put it, we're Minnesotans. We're excited to get out our real winter gear out of the box for the year. He was an audio engineer whose kid went to a school in the area. No way in hell was he going to let anyone come for the kids on his watch. Another friend put it to me like this. ICE has made the classic Nazi mistake. They've invaded a winter people in the winter. But when I asked an organizer what they wanted to see out of press coverage, they told me they wanted people to see the beautiful things they are building here and not just the worst stories of the worst of ICE's crimes. What people are doing here is beautiful. It's a tragic beauty, but a real one. I've been here 24 hours, but already with what I've seen, well, I genuinely believe we're going to win. People here are well aware that what happens here impacts the entire country, that it sets the tone for resistance. ICE is angry. ICE is terrified of how deeply unpopular it is. I've never seen a population more united. If people can hold on to that unity, if people can accept that different people will have different ways of confronting fascism, if we can remind NGOs and orgs that they can join but not control the resistance, then, well, people here will write history. That doesn't make you feel hopeful. I don't know
That's
what
pretty
will.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, that kind of took my breath away this morning. And then my next thought was, and oh my God, he said a few days ago he's mobilizing troops with Arctic experience from Alaska to come in. 1,500 troops was what I read. But I read that like days ago now, and nothing's happened. And I'm wondering if it was bluff. Is he really going to do it? I don't know.
I don't know.
But I love that the people of Minnesota were like, okay, well, we'll deal with that when it gets here. And they're still out in full force in negative 20-degree weather. So
Yeah.
that
Uh,
made me feel hopeful. I hope it
that
did for you all too.
it very much. Yeah, that's incredible. I hadn't read that yet, and
It's
we
just like
need
a,
some hope.
yeah, it's just a friend who elevated probably another friend's blue sky post. And I said a couple days ago that I had a freaking family member come out of the woodwork to yell at me on Facebook for sharing not news, unsubstantiated things, and it's misinformation. And I'm like, that's not how news spreads anymore. Like this is coming from a trusted source, and it's coming directly from Minneapolis. We're
Yep.
all reporters now. And yes, we have to be careful to look for disinformation, but also we need to listen to the people who are talking to us from Minneapolis, because we can't count on legacy media to accurately report what's going on. And I did see that Qasim Rashid is going. Did you see that?
I did. Yeah. I love that. He's
Yeah,
amazing.
he is.
We've had him on the show here,
Yeah,
and he's been on Amped Up with Cliff and David, and he's incredible. He's an immigration attorney, and certainly knows what he's talking about. And him going and kind of reporting on the ground there is fantastic.
I
So
know. I was like, please be careful.
right.
Like we, everyone in Minneapolis, please protect him. We need him doing his work, both his journalistic work and his legal work. But what courage that he's like diving in.
Yeah. We had heard anecdotally from Matt McNeil, who has a radio show on AM 950, which is in Minneapolis. He broadcasts out of Minneapolis. Coincidentally, right? Like he just has this radio show, and he
Yeah.
normally talks about national and global politics. It just so happens that Minneapolis is kind of the center of the universe at the moment. And he reported something about people on the ground saying that it wasn't just tear gas that was being used on the protesters
Oh,
in Minneapolis. And I wrote an article about how it is plausible that ICE could be using this gas called HC gas, which is
oh, your fucked up Friday
hydrochloroethane,
story.
and it is toxic. Like it is literally toxic. It kills people. It is carcinogenic. Um, it is something you would not. It is banned by the Geneva Conventions. There's a bizarre loophole in the Geneva Conventions that bans it internationally in armed warfare, but it is still legal to use if a country so chooses on their own people. And apparently
Totally.
we have.
Yeah.
And it is potentially being used in Minneapolis. It was almost definitively used in Portland years ago during protests there by ICE, and it seems like, people are chipping in. It's a military level smoke bomb. It is a nerve agent. Like it depresses the central nervous system. It causes severe lung burns, and it is a deadly toxic gas. It's potentially being used in neighborhoods, in residential neighborhoods in Minneapolis. And we don't have definitive reporting that that's true, but several people reached out to me suggesting methodologies for capturing some air samples and getting it tested. I'm not on the ground there, but I'm trying to figure out how we could make that happen. And
Oh my God.
uh, if it is true that ICE is using this incredibly toxic gas in neighborhoods, we should be rising up in the streets everywhere, because it's literally being done indiscriminately. Kind of doesn't matter who we kill, everybody deserves it sort of mindset from ICE, apparently. Um, yeah, they're great ideas in the chat here too. Neuro is saying someone can test the snow it falls on. That's an excellent idea.
Ooh. That is smart. I wonder if we should reach out to Custom about that. I mean, he'll have his hands full when he's there.
Yeah,
I don't know how one tests snow for nerve gas, but
yeah. There's a
yeah.
gentleman who has a doctorate in I'm not sure what, but who suggested like a literal process of a means to capture air samples,
Oh,
like the proper way to do it, so that you can certify that this is a real air sample. Um,
okay.
yeah. Francis is saying in the chat, "What about the 6-month-old that almost died?" There was a family,
I
a
saw
mom
that.
and dad, and their
Six fucking
six
kids in the
kids,
car.
who were not part of the protest. They were driving from like a medical appointment home or something, and they had to pass through that part of town. Their car was targeted with tear gas and potentially this other gas and flashbangs, and three of the children went to the hospital, including the 6-month-old infant who stopped breathing because the gas was so bad in their car. So, you know, it is obviously ICE has already murdered people like Renee Nicole Good. We need to brace ourselves for the moment when ICE murders a child or an elderly person or someone whose innocence is irrefutable, right? It shouldn't make a
Mhm.
difference that it would be a kid or an elderly person, but um, it's something that is clearly on the verge of happening in Minneapolis or other places that they're operating with impunity.
Yeah, I just bulk got like 25 or 30 whistles, like the silver coach whistles. Um, and I haven't yet emailed my block. We have like just an email thread that's ongoing of like, hey, did anybody have their car broken into last night? Or, just keeping the neighborhood informed. And I haven't done it yet. I haven't emailed them to say like, hey, do you guys can I distribute these whistles? Um, Anything going on, like inform the block. It feels alarmist. And it also feels like, well, they're coming here. They're going to be in Seattle. It's just a question of when and with what level of force I mean, they're already here, just not at the level that they're in Minneapolis.
Right.
And I suspect, like Jen Budd said when she was on the show a couple weeks ago, once their ranks are higher, once they have more people, there will be this sort of force all over because that's how this regime works. They flood the zone with news. I imagine they thought Minneapolis was going to be easier to take and then they could move into more cities, and they're finding that they can't. I also imagine the decision to send in actual troops, like being threatened, is perhaps more controversial and getting more pushback. And that's why it hasn't happened. I
Yeah.
thought by now that would have happened this week. I'm bracing myself for fucked up Friday. We're kind of going through all of our stories already, Lawrence. But
Well, yeah, I mean, it is a very fucked up time. Jason Odell just posted something really important in the chat, which is uh, so AP had a story this week that there was a secret memo distributed in ICE that basically said they're not
oh
constrained
yeah,
by the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment is the amendment that makes sure that you are protected from unreasonable searches and seizures, including
right,
like your body, your belongings, like your house, your personal papers and effects. Like
yeah,
that stuff that is protected by the Fourth Amendment. And ICE has basically said to its little Nazi Gestapo people that you are not constrained by that law, which is fucking disgusting. Yet another way we are seeing the erosion of American liberties, civil liberties, being destroyed by this insane, out of control administration. And yeah,
yeah. Lawrence,
God, I can't wait for our version of the Nuremberg trials.
I cannot wait. Um, did you find part of this Davos speech to read? Because I opened it and I think you should read the
I was
part.
scanning it, and I've got to say it's really long, and there are many insane portions. Uh, there was one where he starts talking about the golden dome that they're going to build
Oh, over Greenland. Yeah.
when we acquire Greenland, and it is, you know, it is fucking madness. So,
Here, I found one that I think will be good with your voice. I'm going to send it to you so I don't give it away for everyone else. Check your Substack chat, and I think you should just read this, or at least the first two sentences of it.
my Substack DMs.
Yeah, I just slid into your DMs, Lawrence. Let's make this weird.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations, you made it weird.
That's usually my goal. Did you find it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can you read that for us? Because I feel like those first two lines at least would be really funny in your voice. Let's do it.
All right. Just over 1 year ago, under the radical left Democrats, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. In fact, the United States economy is on pace to grow at double the rate that was projected by the IMF just last April. And with my growth and tariff policies, it should be much higher. I really believe we can be much higher than that. And this is all great news, and it's great for all nations.
Oh my God. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you for indulging me. I think I
Honestly, he is such a petulant child that everything
right.
everything of his should be read in that voice and tone because Jesus, what a fucking idiot.
I the dumbing down of the language that's acceptable by the president horrifies me every day. Just even now we are the hottest country. What? Do you remember Am I Hot or Not? That like website way back in the day where you
Oh,
could upload
sure.
your picture and people would like vote if you were hot or not. So like we're hot now,
You mean what Facebook was originally designed for?
right? Right.
Locating the hottest slice on Harvard
Right.
campus. Uh huh.
Yep. 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 That is Facebook's origin story. Ah, Lawrence. Yeah. I'm leaving tonight on yet another college search trip, and or not a search, but a tour.
At least this one is in LA, and so if she ends up going to LA, I mean, I don't know. Are we now more worried that she's going to be in a liberal city potentially targeted by Trump, but a solidly blue state where she has bodily autonomy, for example, or you know, I don't know. I seriously don't understand the math on this one. How you're going to figure it out?
I don't either. And we never really talked about the story I wrote on about this. And I haven't posted it to my personal Substack yet. Blue Amp Media did me the honor of running it, which was really nice to have it get broader reach. It's so the equation is too hard, Lawrence. They didn't teach us this in if they taught it in trigonometry, I probably failed it like I did everything else in trigonometry in high
Right.
school. I'm good at math, but I am not good at spatial math, and I am not good at fascism collegiate. What do I do math? It is an impossible equation. I'm going to put the link here in the chat. I wrote a story called She's Ready for College. Her country is coming apart. And the subhead college applications shouldn't require a safety map of where her body is still protected. She knows because we've talked about it, the risks of going to college in a place where abortion is illegal because, college age women, like, I think the stats are still the same from when we were growing up. 1 in 4, I think, gets sexually assaulted. I'm not sure what percent, but it's in lifetime, 1 in 3 women gets an abortion, is what I've read. And I would think an awful lot of those are happening late teens to mid 20s, I would guess, based on anecdotal information throughout my lifetime and just when fertility peaks and sexuality peaks, right? When we make dumber decisions before our frontal lobes are fully developed
Right, right. When we're first learning how to drink and party and make bad
and have sex.
decisions.
Yeah, I mean, yes,
Well, I don't know. I mean, some people started that in high school. I, I,
sure.
I did not until at least college.
Same. We were late bloomers slash good kids, you and me. But um, so that was the first slice of it. And then it, in my mind was like, wow, well, if you go to school in an area that is a red state where abortion rights are, non-existent, and even if it's not my child, even if it's one of her friends who needs abortion care, I'm not going to be able to turn her away. They would come visit us. And if what's happening in Texas is a bellwether for the rest of the country, I'm like, yeah, I could go to jail for that. Like they could come prosecute me and my child for that.
Yep.
But now I'm like, oh, well, if you go to the safe blue states, if you're in a big city, are you going to be targeted? I mean, she didn't apply anywhere in Minneapolis, but there were a couple schools on her short list that were in Minneapolis. And I'm like, what would I be doing right now if my kid were there? And it's easy to say, like, I'd pull her out and bring her home, but like, she'd be in the middle of finals or big projects that were coming due. The cost of college, you're not going to throw away a semester's worth of work. You can't. We're like looking at it's going to be pretty crippling to financially for us to put two kids through college. You can't just throw away a semester. What choices are like the math of that is crazy making. I would be one of those idiots well, I would be the idiot because I'd be on the street corner trying to protect my kid's school in negative 20-degree weather. And I am a Floridian from my upbringing. Like I am not made for negative 20-degree weather. I'm not made for 20-degree weather. So I don't know what to do. I know we're going to go to LA. She's excited about that. I think she's going to freak out in LA. You lived there. Where should we go, Lawrence? What do we need to see?
Oh, yeah. I'll
Santa Monica
send you a
Pier.
list of all the gay bars that you guys should go
Okay.
to in LA.
Will they let Ainsley in without an ID just because she's so cool?
Fuck no.
Then not there, maybe.
I mean, yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Then let's I know I'm kidding. Places that are for the under 21 crowd. I mean,
Look, I mean, all of the places that you know about are as amazing as Santa Monica is incredible. The
yeah.
beaches, down there, and Hollywood is fun. West Hollywood is crazy fun. Even if you are not a queer person, it is just insanely fun to go hang out in West Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Lefty Prof says West Hollywood has the funk. It does. Yeah,
Okay.
West Hollywood has the funk for sure. Yeah, Silver Lake is Silver Lake. You're gonna roam around Silver Lake and be
You're
like,
like, this is Seattle, right?
right, like I'm in Ballard / the Pearl / Brooklyn / every fucking cool hipster neighborhood in the United States with insanely great restaurants and yoga studios and a Lululemon on across the street from a Starbucks on every corner. Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, basically, go find the Salt and Straw locations in LA, and those are all the places you should be.
Oh my
Larchmont
God.
is adorable. Like, yeah, they're
Go
just.
find the Salt and Straw
I'm
location.
not kidding.
No, I
Like
love
every
that.
place there's a Salt and Straw is basically a neighborhood you should hang out in LA.
That's okay. That's perfect. We're not going to have a car, so we're probably going to stay
Yeah, well then you're
reasonable.
screwed because
Yeah.
transit in LA is not great.
I'm
Um,
figuring we're going to Uber to the few places. I mean, we're mostly going to be on the college tour, and then we'll have like a day and a
right.
half.
I mean, which means you're probably staying. I mean, you're staying beachside, right? You're staying super close to the beach. You should do
Pretty close.
lots of beachy stuff.
Yeah.
The other places that you would want to go to are pretty far into the city, so it's going to be an expensive Uber ride to get to where you want to go.
Okay.
The
Oh,
observatory, I'm completely blanking on the name of the observatory right now. Somebody help me. Uh, Absolutely gorgeous, like just an unbelievably cool uh, building and location. Griffith. Thank you, Eric. The Griffith Observatory is an incredibly cool spot, not just because the observatory itself is amazing, but because the location and the panoramic view of everything is beautiful. Um,
okay. Thank you. These are great recommendations. I'm in typical fashion. I'm like, oh shit, I'm flying out today. I guess I better think about what we're gonna do. I would like to be the sort of person, Lawrence, that like um when there's a trip coming, I get to anticipate it and plan for it and be like, have
and
my
not dread.
laundry. No, I'm not dreading it. It's just that I don't think about it until I'm on the plane. I'm like, where am I going? Oh yeah, I guess I better figure it out. And it would be nice to have the joy of anticipating it versus the like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, I have so much to do before I leave. So we talked on the Crone cocktail hour, which I think we're gonna make a Wednesday thing, like five
Oh,
o'clock
that's
my
fun.
time,
That
eight
that's a
o'clock.
good idea.
Yeah, well,
Probably too late for my blood because I lately have been like crashing at 8:30 and
yeah,
in bed by 9 and asleep by like 9:45. So
I should be doing that and I'm not. But
I think
we,
my mental health requires it at this moment in time.
yeah,
Um, I just want to point out, Dr. Lulov, Eric has been saying he watched the first part of the Jack Smith testimony in Congress today.
yeah. Oh,
And apparently, Jamie Raskin is killing it. Jim Jordan is being a complete douchewad. But there should be some big breaking news that comes out of this. I mean, Jack Smith had an incredible abundance of information about the traitory, treasonous shit that Trump did for January 6th.
yeah.
And it's only through Merrick Garland and the bungling and massive incompetence of all of that that Trump is not currently in jail for treason. Um, so yeah, it should be fascinating to pay attention to over the course of the rest of the day today.
Okay, perhaps that will be our topic when we come back for Fucked Up Friday tomorrow, which we didn't announce our guest, but we mentioned him earlier.
Well, right. I need to confirm with our guest because
Oh God.
because he replied with a like, yeah, sure, that could probably work, and not a like definitive yes, I will be there. But we think, fingers crossed, we've got Matt McNeil from the Matt McNeil Show as our guest tomorrow for Fucked Up
Yes.
Friday. He's a radio broadcaster. He's a progressive radio broadcaster. He literally does Fucked Up Friday every day of the week on his
Right?
show. I mean, he doesn't call it that, but it's essentially what he's doing.
We should
So
trademark that name, Lawrence. I'm
right,
just kidding.
I'm
I'm
sure
just
we
kidding.
can't. I'm sure it's probably trademarked already. It's probably like
Right.
like a little wine shop in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or
I'm
something.
Googling it. Oh, it's yep, YouTube channel. Oh, but 10 years ago. Uh and there's something on Reddit. Urban Dictionary has it. I don't, you know what really frustrates me, Lawrence, about Substack? Why is our SEO relevance so bad on not ours personally?
Yeah,
Why is
no, everything. I
Substacks
know.
so bad when the site is so big? Like, I will never understand that. As someone who publishes on Medium and other places, when I go to try to find our stories, I can't.
Yep.
So Fucked Up Friday is not pulling on the first page of search results on Google.
Yeah. So people are chipping in with where they're watching the Jack Smith testimony. Um, yeah, Eric is pointing out that Matt McNeil broadcasts on Blue Amp Media. We
Yeah,
are showing him on Blue Amp every
yeah.
day, every weekday from 4:05 to 6.
Eastern
Yeah,
time.
and it's AM 950 in Minneapolis, Eric, which is burned into my brain because I've had to look at their logo so much over the course of the last couple weeks. Not in a
Yes.
bad way, just I'm certain it's 950. Um,
All right.
yeah, we're coming to
You
the
c-
top of the hour. What words of wisdom are you going to leave people with today, Dana?
well, I was starting to say this during the Crone cocktail hour that Karen wisely gave me advice that I haven't followed yet. Of it's the new moon today, and she told me to wake up and
It
to
was new moon on the 18th.
oh, new moon on the 18th. Okay. Well, we're in a new moon, I guess, or
It
coming out of a new moon.
just coming out, just emerging from the new moon. Sure. Don't
Karen,
come
we're
at
gonna
me with when the new
yeah,
moon is.
Karen, we gotta talk. But that there was an intention to set and to wake up every day and to think of what it is that you want the most. And she said, use it like a chat GPT script, be specific, not too many things because the universe can't handle too many things at once, but to just say like, these are the things I want to have happen for the good of the world. There was an expression used at the end, or for the good of all concerned. And I'm gonna try to go do that, but and say it 3 times. Put it out there, and I forgot to do it when I first woke up because I was groggy and like gotta get on the podcast. It's like that old-fashioned Dunkin' Donuts ad, that time to make the donuts ad. It's time to make the podcast. But now I'm gonna go set my intent, and maybe if we all do that, that can put a lot of good into the world. That's all I
Yes.
got, Lawrence. That's all
Our
I got.
our friend Shar often says at the end of prayers, uh, for I'm totally going to misquote you, Shar. Sorry, but essentially like for the good of all concerned and all creatures for this generation and the next 7 generations, which
The
is
next 7 generations.
a pretty good way of ensuring that like what you're asking for is really truly good. If it continues to be
Yes.
good for 7 generations, you're right on.
Okay. For the good of the next 7 generations, let's all put some intent out there. And Lawrence, you check with Matt, because if not Matt, we need a third person for Fucked Up Friday. I don't want to talk to just you again for an hour.
Oh yes, that would be terrible.
Thank you all for joining us for our spontaneous bestie
Bestie
day.
day, right? Yeah, womp womp.
Womp
We
womp.
I've already apologized to Kate, and we will get her back on the show as soon as possible.
Oh, good.
Tomorrow, we're pretty sure we've got Matt McNeil,
It's
and
come to this,
yeah,
Lawrence. We're pretty sure. I love that. Um, all
yes,
right.
have a safe flight and
Thank
have
you.
fun in LA.
Thank you. I'll still be here tomorrow. I'll just be squatting somewhere in a hotel or a Starbucks or wherever I can find where I can set up my light and my phone and or laptop, and we'll go from there.
Yes, Neuro is asking generations by lifespan or 15-year demographic period. Lifespan, um, something that will be good hundreds of years into the future.
Oh, and it sounds like Eric is traveling, Jason Odell is traveling, I saw. There's a lot of movement going on right now, so may we all be safe and
Oh,
yeah,
Eric, you're coming to Chicago at a particularly cold time. I'm very sorry. This weekend is going to be insanely cold.
yeah, right. Oh my gosh. At least LA will be a respite from that. Um, okay.
All
Love
right,
you, mean it,
everybody.
Lawrence. Love you, mean
Thanks
it,
for being
everybody
here.
else.
Love you, mean it.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah. Mwah.